Hello my mellow fellows, or should I say my postal prodigies. It took me a while to come up with that one. Today I thought it would be fun to talk about Mike the Mailman, and don't worry, this won't be an insanely long video like my Mr. Ambrose video. Which, by the way, is probably one of my favorite videos that I've ever done on Bob's Burgers. And I have a lot of Bob's Burgers videos that I love. There's just something about that Mr. Ambrose video that I just loved making. Of course, it was very dramatic to upload, but I just had fun making it. That whole video was such a chaotic vibe, and I loved every bit of it. The Ambrose video was definitely stressful to make, but on the other hand, the end result was so funny and unserious. For sure, one of my favorites. If you have an extra 2 hours, I would highly recommend it. And I still don't understand how that video became 2 hours, but it is, and it's good. This video though is going to be a lot more low-key and short, which is what I need, honestly. The videos I have planned this year are really time consuming to make, so smaller videos like this are good for my sanity. Anyways, I wanted to talk about Mike the Mailman, someone who's been in the series a long time, but isn't exactly the first person that comes to mind when you're talking about Bob's Burgers. Mike is a recurring character who has been in the series since season 2, officially premiering in the Moody Foodie episode. Mike is a very mysterious character in the show. He usually shows up, drops a bit of dry humor, or gives his opinion on the current shenanigans going on before leaving again. There isn't much known about Mike the Mailman as a character or as a person. He drops little tidbits of information here and there, but nothing too personal. He's not the type to overshare his life like Teddy will, and he doesn't give himself in enough shenanigans like Mr. Ambrose where I can make crazy long videos about. Mike more so keeps to himself.
I mean, it's not as though I've got an insanely busy job this time of year or anything.
Feel free to say no, Mike.
Oh no, I'm definitely in. I just wanted you guys to appreciate how hard I worked during the holidays.
Mike's only been the focus of one episode in the entire series, and that was the Merry Linda Christmas episode where Linda works with him in the mailroom and steals a package. And I guess you can kind of count the Nards episode as well for being a Mike-ish episode, but that episode wasn't really about Mike. It was about Linda, but Mike was heavily featured in that episode too. So the Merry Linda Christmas episode is truly the only one that I could say is about him as a person. So anyways, today I thought it would be fun to talk about everything we know about this elusive mailman. So sit back, relax, get your stamps up to date as we talk about Mike Wobbles, also known as Mike the Mailman.
You have 4 more just like that in your truck, right?
And I can't wait to carry them all in here.
He loves carrying things.
I'm living the dream.
Mike's first appearance is in the Moody Foodie episode, where we learn that he's been delivering to the Belchers every day for at least 5 years. As he's coming in, you can hear rock music blaring out of his headphones as he comes to deliver the mail. For the most part, Mike is the most normal guy on the show. He's just a chill, monotone man who pops in, does his job, and leaves. Don't get me wrong, he's not boring. Sometimes he will join in on shenanigans, like him playing nards with everyone, or joining in on speed dating. He also participated in Secret Santa, where he gave Linda stamps and Bob gave him a gift card.
The home furnishing superstore. I love home furnishings. And a superstore?
Oh, good.
Aw, Mike, thanks for the stamps.
How'd you know they were from me?
Just a lucky guess.
Not to mention, he also went to Teddy's Halloween party as a super creative bunny.
Mike the mailman's not wearing a costume.
Mike's a bunny.
He's not a bunny.
I'm a bunny.
I think he stopped by Linda's Christmas party as well. And I also remember him stopping by to witness the Christmas unveiling every day to see what kind of mannequin setups they had during that Mannequin Christmas episode. And in the end, I believe he said that they went too far with their weird Christmas decorations.
I think they love it.
They went too far. I'm out of here.
But for the most part, Mike only goes there to work or for a quick lunch. Mike's last name being Wobbles is ironic because he has uneven legs and walks with a bit of a limp.
Can I have my shoes back now? I'm the only one here with uneven legs.
Quit milking that leg, Wobbles.
Whoa, that's not funny, Teddy.
It's okay. It's my last name.
He has to wear special shoes to help him walk around comfortably. Apparently that didn't stop him from being a pitcher in junior college. Him being a pitcher is why he was so good at Nards and was able to go toe-to-toe with Linda, the Hoot Shoot champ. He also recently played the ukulele in the Hope and Nike Mike episode that premiered this current season. Mike is a normal, hardworking guy who just wants to do his job. Every day he does his 9-mile mail route and for the most part minds his business. We learn about Mike every once in a while, but for the most part this guy is just constantly talking in sarcasm or cracking jokes. Mike is not as close to the Belchers as Teddy or Mort, but I would still consider him a friend of the family. He's not close enough to where they're comfortable going over to each other's house like they are with Mort and Teddy, but he's fine to pop in before leaving.
Teddy, you eat a burger every day?
Of course I do.
That's messed up.
You eat a lot of burgers, Mike, the mailman.
Yeah, but I walk 9 miles a day. Look at my calves. Wait, don't look at my calves. They're not that impressive.
Which makes sense considering Mike has only known the Belchers for about 5 years, whereas Teddy and Mort has known the Belchers ever since they moved in. I mean, yes, 5 years is still a long time to know a person, but his 5 years knowing them is still way shorter than Teddy and Mort's like 12 plus years working with them. I mean, Mike knows enough about them. I mean, he paid enough attention to remember that Linda was the hoop shoot champ in the first place.
No one can beat her. She's like an evil Narts robot.
She is the hoop shoot champ.
You told Mike you were the 4th grade hoop shoot champ?
No, I read about it.
You did?
No, she told me.
Oh, right.
And also, Mike does help out sometimes. He gave Bob advice on his gassy stove problem because he had a similar situation with his mail truck. Apparently, to the kids, he used to be the cool mailman until his seats became all gassy and the kids started to make fun of him. So he was able to give Bob advice on how to deal with this situation. Unfortunately for him, he was roped into physically helping Bob after giving said advice, which he wasn't too thrilled about.
Mike's right. We can't do this alone. We gotta accept help from friends.
I don't think I offered to help.
But he still helped in exchange for free beer. So he may not necessarily like helping, but he'll do it for a little bit of a reward. And of course, he helped Linda get a part-time job at his workplace for the holidays, even though he completely regretted it when Linda went completely rogue and delivered a package without the permission of the mail people. I did low-key feel bad for him in that episode because he personally recommended Linda to his job, and she did the absolute most in that episode. Not only was she annoying at work, and everybody kind of gave Mike the side eye for it, but because she stole a package, he had to stop his Christmas Eve with his girlfriend in order to track her down.
Sorry, honey. Even on Christmas Eve, I can't fail the mail. Did that sound badass or?
Kinda.
Not only did she make him look bad in front of his boss, she also messed up his time off at home. And of course that wasn't what the episode was about, but it just personally annoyed me. The episode was really about how Mike lost the magic of delivering mail on Christmas. He used to love delivering the mail around the holidays, but after a few bad experiences, he became detached from that joy.
I was like you once. I loved being a mailman on Christmas. I felt like a large elf or a small Santa. I took the mail personally, but now I just take the mail.
So it was nice that at the end of the episode, he got to feel a bit of that magic back again from delivering a package to that little boy. But still, as much as I adore Linda, she was absolutely crazy for doing all that. But honestly, what else is new? Linda is nuts. And even if I did find Linda a little annoying in that episode, I still find it very funny at the very least. I quote that episode quite a bit.
Linda, give the package to me.
Just let me deliver it. Let me spread this Christmas cheer, damn it.
Anyways, the point is, Mike is a reliable friend when it counts and is not above doing you a favor. Mike may not always volunteer to do things, but he'll help out from time to time. He'll complain a little bit, but that's just one of his charming qualities. Even though Mike is a good guy who's dedicated to his job, he still has a few rebellious quirks. You see, Mike is passive aggressive. If you annoy Mike, he won't do anything to you directly, but he will find a way to slightly inconvenience your day or cause minor annoyance back to you, just for like a little bit of retribution. If you so happen to make him mad, he might just lose your mail in the storm drains. If you don't tip him during the holidays or appreciate how hard he works during that time, then he just might withhold your mail for a few extra days.
You know, I never know how much to tip the mailman.
No, you don't.
I am going to write a number on this piece of paper. There you go.
Oh yeah, that's about right. If I delivered mail 1 day a week.
Fine. Here's more than that.
Mike will eventually deliver it, just really late. And if Bob just so happens to leave Mike unsupervised in the restaurant, then he will help himself to some free soft serve ice cream and mess around behind the counter. Why? Well, because you left him unsupervised, obviously.
Oh, no.
Teddy, so you said it's cool to have more ice cream?
Mike also sometimes reads people's mail or tries to feel the inside of the envelope to see what's inside, which isn't anything too surprising. I'd be a little bit nosy too if I was a mail person. But Mike just takes that nosiness to a whole nother level.
You got a lot of bills here. It's all bills. You guys should pay your bills.
Mike's smart.
Yep.
Oh, and did I forget to tell you guys that he used to catfish an inmate in jail? Mike called himself Michelle and had a pen pal that was in prison. And according to Mike, they were engaged. They were locked in.
I have a prison pen pal. He thinks my name is Michelle. Technically, he's my fiance.
Thankfully, he has since gotten a girlfriend, so I'm assuming he broke off that engagement by now. He hasn't said he did, and knowing how chaotic Mike is, that might still be the case, but hopefully he broke that thing off a while ago. Just imagine if they had like a catfish style Bob's Burgers episode addressing this insane thing that he did. Like, that is actually insane. I think my favorite thing about Mike is his dry humor. He's always saying something out of pocket in the most chill way possible. He's a very straightforward and sarcastic person. He's not the most talkative person on the show, but again, when he does speak, you never know what exactly is going to come out his mouth. Mike is one of the more introverted characters and prefers conversations to be short and sweet like Sabrina. If the conversations gets too overstimulating, he is the first one out the door.
Hey, we're doing locker room talk. Tell us about your testicles.
Goodbye.
I also find it funny that he was personally offended that Linda never brought the kids to the open house at the mailroom. Like, why is that the one thing he cares about? Like, he doesn't beef with anybody over anything, but the one grudge he had towards Linda was that she didn't bring the kids to the open house at his job. Like, okay, what are you going to show the kids? Mail? You're not even supposed to show them what's inside the mail. You're just going to look at the packages all day. I don't see the point. But, you know, he loves being a mailman. That's his passion. So I guess I kind of get it. But firefighter, oh my God. But I'm sorry, firehouse open houses are way more fun and will always be more fun. So sorry.
I didn't know the post office has an open house.
Don't pretend you're interested.
No, I'm interested. I'm interested.
Can I just get my coffee?
Coming right up. Oh, we're out of coffee.
You like us.
I also appreciate his love for food. He loves fried green tomatoes, shrimp, and of course, he loves the burgers at Bob's Burgers. It was so funny how he thought he was participating in a shrimp eating contest and accidentally ate over $200 worth of shrimp. Of course, that was Linda's fault, but the fact that he even did that is freaking funny. Him getting that $200 bill was probably the angriest he's ever been in the series so far. All because Linda wanted to play psychic. Every time Mike the Mailman is on screen, I know it's going to be a good time. He may not be the most fleshed out character on the show, but I still find his personality to be a refreshing change of pace. Bob's Burgers is filled with eccentric and chaotic characters. Having more down-to-earth, chill people like Mike and Mort bring a nice balance to everyone's personalities.
Jealous?
I'll live.
I want to be like you, Mike.
You want to be a billionaire who delivers mail for fun?
What?
Just kidding. I'm not a billionaire, but I'm rich in mail.
Mike is usually there to point out things that any regular person would be thinking in those situations. You always need those type of characters to point out the nonsense happening around them. And characters like Mike are the perfect people to point that out. Plus, Mike is just a funny guy in general. He's relatable, quotable, and the realest guy on the show.
You guys want any of this stuff?
You mean our mail?
Just asking, Bob. Don't snap at me.
I personally would like some more Mike Central episodes. He has been a constant on the show since season 2, and I'm kind of surprised he hasn't gotten more than a couple episodes. Same with Mort, both of them are kind of background characters, and while they do have some episodes where they pop in or say something, they aren't really central to the story or essential to the plot. They're just kind of, there to hang out. I would like him to have more screen time just to get to know him better, especially if he has more catfish stories. I want to hear more about that. Like I just said, Mike has a similar situation to people like Jocelyn and Mort, where they've been on the show for a very long time. However, we as the audience hardly know anything about any of these people. They often serve as comedic side characters, but other than that, they don't have much going on. Either way, I'm personally looking forward to whenever Mike gives us another golden quote to repeat on a daily basis. Mike, the mailman, is such a fun character. He's sassy, funny, honest, and hilariously introverted.
I got another one here.
Are you gonna give it to us?
I don't know. Is it going to be a whole long thing like the last one?
No, we'll make it pretty quick.
Mike is a regular guy who most of the audience can relate to. Mike's dry sarcasm is my personal favorite part of his personality, but there is a lot to love about him. To his insane catfish stories, to his chill personality, to his love of fried green tomatoes, both the food and the position.
Go!
Soy sauce.
Wax lips?
Plain white rice.
Fried green tomatoes.
Favorite lovemaking position. Go!
The fried green tomato.
The pick and roll.
The broken sprinkler.
Chitty chitty bang bang.
The sticky wicket.
Mike may not be like the star of the series, but he's one of the characters that make the cast feel more full and well-rounded. I hope we get many episodes with him in the future, or at the very least, more words of wisdom.
And get in here! Talk to us, please!
You know what? Don't use Mike as an excuse to change the subject, Lynn.
What was the subject? Your marriage?
What?
So, here's to Mike, the chillest mailman on the Wonder Wharf route. I know this was short, but I do hope you all enjoyed the video at least, just to kind of quickly talk about Mike.
May I? Boom. 3D cube.
Oh my god, it's perfect!
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's jumping out at me! Oh.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
Postman, look and see.
Okay, it's my job.
Is there a letter